Good afternoon and welcome. I'm finally back and I think I've got my schedule together. So we're going to be really doing a lot of YouTubes and really getting the word out about what's going on the planet and all of the great things happening and the learning and the opportunities for learning that we are now having. So look for me to have a lot more YouTube videos. However, let's get to why I'm doing this video today at this point in time. I just got back from my very first ever convention. And did I have a ball? It was surprising to me. It was absolutely great. The thousands of people that were there, the energy of it all. It was in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. The weather was not great, but I really didn't care. I had a really, really great, unexpectedly great time, might I add. And aside from being able to meet my favorite stars from my favorite television Netflix show streaming service, it was a good opportunity to meet some of the people that you share that commonality with. And I was reminded this past weekend of the kindness of others and the regard sometimes that strangers show to you. I met a young lady, and I told her that I was going to be doing this YouTube, and she said she'd like to see it. Her name is Nitya, and I really hope I'm pronouncing that right because she has a beautiful name. And she knew I met her earlier that day. She sat in the next row behind me, and she knew that I was at the convention alone. But I was having a really good time. And I decided to sign up for karaoke, which I don't have to tell you the line was long. Hundreds of people signed up. And you didn't find out until you got there that they were going to, you selected your song, gave your name, they folded up a piece of paper and put it in a drawing. And luck of the draw, as it were. And as it turned out, I was selected as one of only 8 people that they chose that was, that came up on stage and sang. And I had Leslie Ann Brandt and D.B. Woodside, Amy Garcia, Inval Lavi as my singers with me on stage. It was absolutely, I can honestly and profoundly say, the most wonderful thing that has happened to me in this life thus far. And I so enjoyed it, and I was extremely nervous. So nervous that I literally forgot the words of one of my all-time favorite songs. But not to worry, they had a teleprompter there. However, I didn't have my glasses. So I still had a really good time, no matter what. But what struck me is the very next day, and I did get a lot of people stop me and compliments, and even the Stephanie of Creative Creation Entertainment that were the sponsors for this event came over and shared some things with me while I was in the lobby of the hotel that have really stayed with me and made me think about the second part of my life and what that's going to look like. And so the young lady that actually took the video came up to me Sunday and actually sent it to my phone. And it was the video, and she had got most of it, probably about 80% of it. She had captured, and what I feel were the most important parts, actually. And I was so full. I was so full. I'm sensitive anyway. I'm clairvoyant. I'm empathic. And so her heart and her reasoning for doing this to me, I could actually feel it, and I started to tear up. It was absolutely wonderful. And what I was struck by is that it was so wonderful and so kind-hearted of a total stranger to stop and think that I might want that memory in posterity for myself. And it was just beautiful. And so she reminded me, she said, now don't lose your phone because it was on my phone until I could actually get home, try to download it to my computer, which technology is not my thing. So I have not been able to download it as yet. However, thank you, Nithya, and I will get that done. But just the idea that she did it, we've sort of messaged each other back and forth. And as I said, she gave me permission. I told her I was going to be talking about this on my YouTube channel because what she did for me was so heartfelt. I have a deep, deep sense of gratitude for this young lady and hope that she becomes a staple in my life because you want people in your life that are that way and are of that mindset and that really take into consideration doing something for someone else. I got back home on Monday, and I must confess that I'm still trying to gather myself from that. I had so many, many things coming to me. I just finished my book, Divinity in Motion, Redemption, Grace, and Evolution, A Perceptual Shift. And as I was finishing up, and I will admit that I was really rushing to finish up because the second part of this book, the portion of the book that deals with redemption, grace, and evolution, was 100% inspired by Tom Ellis, who is the lead actor on the Lucifer show that was streaming on Netflix. It started on Fox. I did not watch it when it was on Fox, didn't know anything about it. It did not come into my peripheral vision until I was so stumped in my book. And I meditate, and so as my angelic guides and teachers kept marching in, they kept telling me to watch this story, watch this story. And I kept fighting it because my particular spirituality does not require a devil. So I thought, why do I want to watch a movie about the devil? And like so many, I had a complete misconception about what Lucifer was about. I am, as some of you may know, a hypnotherapist. So it was really, I started letting my clients know to watch this from a psychological standpoint, listen to it. Really, really mirrors our own journey with the creative source ourselves individually. It's amazing to watch this actor in his portrayal of this celestial iconic being move through redemption, grace, and evolution. And as I watched it, I went, oh my God, this is the back of my book. This is the finishing of my book that incidentally I had been trying to finish since like 2018, 2019, when I first started writing it. All I had was my blueprint for Divinity in Motion. And so as we move through this and as you watch his journey and as it definitely mirrored my own journey. Then I was inspired and I started to write. However, I will confess that when I got to evolution, the information that was coming to me from my psyche, from my psychic realm, was so profound that I felt that I could not do it justice, and it might even provide a conundrum for my writers and for my readers. So I decided that I would just cut it off at the introductory part and bringing it into getting my readers to sort of get used to the idea of this perceptual shift into the understanding of what it really means to be a celestial being having a human experience, which I categorically believe without a shadow of doubt that that is what we are and that is who we are. And so we are now exploring, and in my book, 2 Divinity in Motion book that is going to continue in evolution. It is going to be called Divinity in Motion New Beginnings. And then book 3, we're going to finish up in that series. So this is a 3-book series for those of you that want to follow along. And I think on my YouTube, I'll be taking certain excerpts out of the book and just reading it to you so that hopefully, if you really like it, you can join on board, purchase the book for yourself as we explore it together. You can let me know if you come up with the same conclusions that I have come up with, because we're all individual celestial beings and we come with our own bank of wisdom. And so, to Nithya, I still do not have the words for the gratitude that I have for your heart. I was fortunate enough to be selected to sing with them I really had it, and thanks to you, I have that locked into my memory and locked on media. So from time to time, I can go back and watch the video and remember when I had a little bit more energy as time goes on. However, it opened up a door for me because of the comments that I got from various people over the next day and even that same night, to make me think that maybe there's another part of my creativity that I want to explore. I also wanted to briefly talk about the fact that I was fortunate enough to meet Tom Ellis. I had a couple of photo ops with him. I also had an autograph session with him, and I was actually able to give him my book. I gave him one copy to autograph for me so that I could put it in my library, because this is the very first book I had that was actually, I was allowed to finish it. Because of him, I was able to finish my book, and I am grateful to him for that. And I did, in my book, there is a inspiration page, a couple of pages, where I tell him that and thank him again publicly for his portrayal of this iconic character that so mirrors a lot of our journeys and is of tremendous assistance to you. If you have not watched it, it's still on Netflix. I'm not being paid to advertise it. I firmly believe in the wisdom and the psychology behind this streaming service, behind Lucifer. It will do you a world of good if you watch it, and if you watch it with an open mind, with a psychological bent on it. I always say it was a stroke of genius for the writers to have the devil in therapy. I just think that was absolutely magnificent. And as you watch him learn to not so much observe humanity and have fun with humanity, but actually start to let them in and take in humanity and get to the crust of why we come in human form. But you'll have to read my book to see how I put that together. In Divinity in Motion, a perceptual shift, redemption, grace, and evolution. You can get it by going to my website, forlifedesign.net, and that is for design for life design. Sorry, FORLIFE design.net. If you go in there, you can go ahead and click on not only Redemption, Grace, and Evolution, but Life by Design, which is a book that I wrote in 2009, 2010, I think it was published. That book can be purchased at Author House. It can be purchased at Barnes and Noble. If you purchase direct from me, you'll save a lot of money on it, because I have no control over the pricing of Barnes and Noble or Author House or any of those other publishing outlets. My pen name is Ashanti Ra, and you will be able to find that book if you drop me an email, or you can go to www.forlifedesign.net and you can actually purchase Life by Design. You can purchase the book, or you can purchase the 4 CD set. These will eventually be put on MP3s, but not right now. Right now, they're still in CD form, and I have an awesome flautist by the name of Dragon Ragul, who performs all of the original Indian flute music that is the backdrop of all of the CDs. It is original music. It was inspired by him listening to me read For Life Design as he sat on the water and going through the forest, listening to For Life Design. His music, the music composure, is called Recognition. You really will love it. And you can only hear it for now if you get the 4-pack CDs of For Life Design, and it features Dragon Ragul. Incidentally, and speaking of this, one of the things I'm so excited about is that we will be performing. Right now, we're looking at being in the Pacific Northwest. Dale and I, who is Dragon Ragul. We are looking at being together for tea houses and coffee houses. We're in the process of getting that together. More to come, as I'm going to be doing weekly YouTube, so that you guys can start to get to know me and subscribe and follow my journey into light. We're going to be in the Pacific Northwest. It's looking like Eugene, Oregon, Olympia, Washington, Everett, Washington. He's going to get back with me as we put this together. And then I am in the process of putting together a 5-city tour for my book, both Life by Design and Redemption, Grace, and Evolution, Divinity in Motion. So look for me. Right now, I am looking into being into Chicago secretly, so I can at least say hi to my mom for a minute or two. And as well as Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, coming down through Atlanta, Georgia, and then back home to Arizona. So watch my YouTubes, get online, follow me. You can follow me on Facebook. Right now, my Facebook is being revised. A lot of things are being revised by my marketing team. So keep up with me. I'll try to put things up on my Facebook. Try to make sure that I talk about things on this YouTube channel. Start to tune into my YouTube channel. I'm going to start reading excerpts from all of my books, talking a little bit about some of the subjects. I am also in the process of looking for, pay attention and wait for, book 2, the second book in the series of Redemption, Grace, and Evolution. We are Divinity in Motion, a perpetual shift. Until next time, and bye, Nadia.